Well, hello again, O'Neill. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. We are in my kitchen again because we're cooking today. We have basmati rice and mac and cheese that we're making today from our book, Save Me a Seat. So, basmati rice is a vegetarian Indian rice, and we're going to be making that. And our mac and cheese, I already put our noodles in our pan here. Water is boiling, so we're just going to put our lid on that to let that cook up. And then we're going to start our basmati rice. So, what I've put in the pot already is garlic. I cut up onion and fresh ginger and a tablespoon of butter. So ginger, hello, when it's fresh, it kind of looks like a root because that's what it is. And so you have to take off the skin and then cut it up. But if you see that is ginger. I used already a tablespoon of minced garlic, cut up an onion, and let's get it going. So we're going to set that, melt down the butter, and then we're going to add the veggies that go into it. So as a reminder, we need to make sure that if you're using the stove, make sure a parent or older sibling is around, or if you're an expert in the kitchen, I'm okay with it, but please make sure your family is aware that you are cooking just in case. All right. So part of our basmati rice is we needed to cut up some vegetables. So I cut up, the onion already, and then a yellow bell pepper, a radish, and then I saw this at Jewel. It was so funky. It's orange cauliflower. How cool is that? So we cut up that. And then we're also using edamame. So, there it goes. Edamame is soybean, but it is so full of protein. And so when you're a vegetarian, you don't eat meat. And you usually get protein from the meat you eat, but different kind of soy or beans and things like that has just amount of meat. So that's yummy, yummy. So we cut all that up, and I got it in our bowl to add. But I hear our onion and everything else sizzling up. So we'll stir that around. They say it's called sweating the onion. And so, see, our noodles are boiling. So when we're sweating onions, you're just kind of making the onions not as hard and kind of softening them up a little bit. All right, dogs are getting into something. All right, so we'll keep letting that sweat a little bit. And we have 2 more days of reading our book. I'm so excited. I hope you've had fun reading with me and learning a little bit about the Indian culture and all of that fun stuff. And so I really hope that you stick around and read our last 2 days with us. We're almost done. All right. It sounds like it's ready for us to put in our vegetables. So all those vegetables that we cut up go right into the pot. All these yummy vegetables. And these are such great recipes for a hearty winter. You know, like it snowed today and you just want to have some warm food in your system. These are great options for you. I got a cauliflower down. There you go. I got it. All right. So we're going to keep those going. Sounds like my phone's going on, but we'll let that slide. All right. So we put that away. And then we have all of our other items. So for rice, This is the next thing we're going to have to put in. We're putting in a cup of rice because when we have a cup of rice, the water is double. So if I have 1 cup of rice, how many cups of water do I need? That's right, 2. I need 2 cups of water if I have 1 cup of rice. So there you see a little better. 1 cup of rice and my 2 cups of water. All right, we're gonna stir our pasta noodles, our mac and cheese noodles a little bit. That's got about another minute or 2 to go. And in Italian, we say al dente. The pasta isn't done until it's al dente, which means it's not too hard and it's not too gushy. And especially with mac and cheese, because you're adding so much cheese and everything, you really don't want it too gushy. So that's got about another minute. All right. I smell the onion and the vegetables and everything. It smells so yummy. All right. But we have to put in some spices to our basmati rice. So the first one is ground turmeric. And this is going to give the rice like this bright orange color. But we don't need a lot of it. It just says 1/4 tablespoon. So just a couple little oops. All right. And then just like in our cookies, we need ground, that's the wrong one. Ground cumin. There we go. Ground cumin, we need a tablespoon of. Teaspoon, sorry. Okay. And then I did not have cardamom. Cardamom is another spice, but you can substitute ground cinnamon for it. So we're going to put a little bit of cinnamon in here. Very typical flavors of Indian curries. So the turmeric, cumin, cardamom. And then another one is coriander. Again, not one I typically keep around, but you can substitute dried cilantro, and that's one I definitely have. So another teaspoon of that. Yum, yum. And then we need a little bit of salt. So sometimes you can cup your hand like this, and then you just put in enough salt for that little cup. There we go. So those are our spices. And remember to start with, we had onion and garlic and fresh ginger. So that also is part of the yummy spices for basmati rice. All right. Now we're going to let that soak in to our vegetables. And it's time to drain our pasta from our mac and cheese. All right, I'm going to go over here and drain it. Excuse my house. It is winter break. We are taking it easy, making sure we're having fun, being outside in the snow, reading books. All right, here's our pasta. Nice and steamy for mac and cheese. All right, you need whoa there, it slipped on me. You need a lot of butter when it comes to your mac and cheese. So I used 1 tablespoon for our basmati rice. So the rest of that stick, I'm putting in our mac and cheese. So you want to make sure that you get all of that in. All right. Stir that up. Make the butter melt. So good. All right. Yay, yum. All right. I can smell the spices from our basmati rice. I totally think it's time that we add, oh, you can even hear it sizzling. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. We're gonna add our 2 cups water and our 1 cup rice to our roasting vegetables. Oh, perfect. Smells so good. All right. Now, I just use regular old rice, but there are special Indian rices that you can use, and it's just whatever you have around the house. It's okay to use whatever rice you have. All right, so that is gonna stay in the pot until the rice has all absorbed all the water and all the yummy spices and everything like that. All right, now we gotta warm up some milk for our mac and cheese. All right, so I warmed up our milk in the microwave for about a minute. I have a cup of milk because if you put cold milk in, your cheese isn't gonna melt. So we got a cup of warm, steamy milk. And then we add in a bunch of cheese. Now for me, I love putting in whatever cheese I got around the house. So I put in like 3/4 cup cheddar, Swiss and Gruyere, mozzarella, some quesadilla, and some shredded Gouda cheese. So we got a whole menagerie of shredded cheese here. So we're gonna put that in, and you gotta fold in the cheese. All right, so we're folding in, which just means you stir around the cheese. Make that go in. All right, add in the rest of your cheese. And then, so I like to add a little bit extra flavor to my mac and cheese. So a good one is to put a little teaspoon, not even, like half a teaspoon of spicy brown mustard, just to give it a little kick. And then like a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Say that 8 times fast. Worcestershire. I don't know, it's tongue twister. Easiest thing to do, you just fill up the cap a little bit. All right. Just gives it a little bit extra oomph. Also adding some salt and pepper, you can. I don't add so much salt because the cheese itself is really salty already. It's all mushy in there. Yummy. Oh, and I smell our basmati rice next to it. So yummy. All right. Making sure. So it's probably easier to use macaroni noodles. The noodles that I used are getting a little scrunched up, but it's okay. It'll all come together. Turn on the heat again so that cheese can melt down with the milk and the butter. Be really yummy. Okay, well, that was our basmati rice and mac and cheese. So let's see what it looks like now. All right. Now, in the recipe, it says to wait about 15 minutes before the rice is all cooked. But we can take a look at it so far. Let me see if I can show you. There we go. All right, that still needs some time to cook because the rice is not quite ready yet. And then, whew, I gotta use a different one. I don't want my basmati spices and My mac and cheese did get mixed up. Oh, that mac and cheese is looking good too. All right. Well, I'm gonna pause, and when I come back, it'll all be ready to go. All right. All right, we are all done cooking, and I think my pup is wanting to have some too. But we have our mac and cheese and basmati rice all in time, ready for lunch. Not for you, Leo. So remember, our basmati rice has cauliflower and peppers and edamame, onions, garlic, and ginger, so many different spices like cumin. Turmeric is what gives us this lovely color. And we added cinnamon as well as cilantro. So some yummy, yummy basmati rice and ooey gooey, wonderful, yummy mac and cheese. So both really great hearty meals for wintertime, both vegetarian and absolutely yummy. All right, so those are another 2 great recipes that were mentioned in our story, and I hope you get a chance to eat some today. I gotta try both. They're steamy though. All those different cheeses together makes it so yummy. And I can taste a little bit of that spicy mustard and Worcestershire sauce. All right, now for some bahimi rice. That's a good steamy one too. Coming in from the cold, have some basmati rice. I really taste the cumin, and I love that little crunch of the vegetables. So yummy. You know, rice is in so many different cultures. In India, in Mexico, in Italy, so many different cultures, more than obviously that around the world. There's a great book, Everybody Eats Rice, and I suggest you read that too. And pastas and noodles and everything like that is also a huge part of so many different cultures. And so I love how we have these 2 different kinds of meals together and that are from our story, something new to try and learn from and enjoy. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy some time together with family, cook up something fun and new, and I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday.